Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where all friends and fans come together to bullshit, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. Some upcoming artists we are covering are Rage Against the Machine, The Smashing Pumpkins, and the spooky season's going to kick off with The Misfits. If those interest you, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. We appreciate you guys. Um, Today's artist, though, is The Doors. This is our art Is It Art series where we are going to discuss only the album art, not the music that is contained. We get out our trusty berets.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I got
Um, there are new rules here, just whatever tickles the old eyeball, as our good friend Joe likes to say. With me today, tell all the people it's Will.
Oh, okay. Good. Dig it.
He'll make you get up and dance, Tim.
What's happening? And he's he's a changeling. That's Jason.
All right. So,
Yeah,
1 second.
The intros
please.
on these songs are not easy. They don't have a lot of good ones.
no, really not.
All right. After CCR, Tori Amos, we've had a lot of band photos here.
We got a couple here.
So I'm starting to warm up to some band photos. So, we'll see how this goes.
Okay.
Who would like to start us off?
Well, considering the rules about band photos, I'm really worried about what y'all's number one will be, especially considering the music on it. I'm gonna go full circle. Number 9.
He's just cutting us off at the feet
What?
right there.
Absolutely.
Really?
No, it's terrible. It's just bad hippie bullshit. It's just terrible, man. It looks like it should be on a really if you were in middle school in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, and you saw somebody with this on their trapper keeker, you would punch him in the face.
Fuck no, dude. That would be an awesome Trapper Keeper photo, dude.
Right?
Nah.
Dude, there's so much going on.
It's like a bad Yes album cover. It's just bad.
I mean, you're wrong. That's gonna get a slap. But
I think so.
Oh, I'll do it for you. Oh. It's fine.
I think that's a
still hate
slap right there.
Y'all can feel differently, and I appreciate that, but I fucking hate it.
You know what it is? He doesn't have the hat. See, that's what it is.
that's it. Yeah, he doesn't have the special hat powers.
Yeah, I don't have any blocking my positive thoughts out of my brain, so I'm just keeping all the negative ones. No, that didn't work. That was backwards. No. Anyway, who's next, Jason? What's up?
I'm gonna go with An American Prayer.
All right, that's fine. Yeah.
It's just too much white going on here. American Prayer, Jim Morrison, music by the Doors. It's just a cash grab photo. It's useless. Doesn't tickle the eyeball at all. What about you, Tim?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow right up with American Prayer. It's not even a band photo. It's just a photo of the singer.
Right. It looks like a goddamn gravestone. It's terrible.
There's a bit of a memorial card aspect to it, and I can appreciate that, especially for what it is. But we know how this goes. Band photos are, plus it's just a black and white photo on a white background. There's nothing going on here. You either like Jim's beard or you don't, and yeah. Last number 9.
All right, Tim. What's your number 8?
Well, and so following that right up with Other Voices, if you had put these two together, you'd have a whole band.
And you know what that would be? That would be the artwork for LA Woman, because that's the exact same photograph.
Well, we're getting there one at a time, baby, one at a time. This is in fact a photo of the whole band at the time.
It's true.
But even then,
But it
even
doesn't
then,
sound
Dance
right.
Moore looks photoshopped in 30, 40 years before Photoshop was even invented.
You know what that looks like? They look like they used Canva and they made a thumbnail. That's what I do with us. Like I put us next to
Yeah,
each other. Like,
yeah.
okay, I'll cover this little soul. Just yeah.
And I appreciate what they were trying to do with this album. Like, obviously, the name of it, they didn't get a singer. They're like, no, we'll carry it ourselves. And if you watched our R&R, which if you're watching this and you didn't watch that, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, go watch the music or the video where we actually talk about the music.
You get all the inside jokes.
Yeah, one could say the artwork is the best thing about this album. But I don't know. I had a couple songs on there that I really did like. So, but
Worst
you know,
logo?
keeping with the band photo policy, this is not quite the whole band, even though it is.
I already know what number one is. Well, there's two that don't have the band photo on it, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're onto something
I
there.
am. I am. I'm using my brain and my pattern detection skills to figure it out. My number 8 is going to also be Other Voices because I think Jim's handsomer than these guys. That's the only reason. I'm kind of with you on the other end. Just think Jim is a better looking guy than these guys,
I do
except
like
for
John chops.
old Sex Panther on the very far left.
Yeah,
He's
John
very
Densmore.
yeah, he's very, very much Paul Rudd and Anchorman, and I appreciate that very much. But the other guy, y'all are right. But Jim's a better looking guy. Sorry.
I'm torn now. Y'all made some compelling arguments for that one.
for that one sucking.
I mean, that's pretty good, dude. That's not
No,
bad.
that's Ed Connick. Don't
That
don't
is
no.
definitely Ed
Oh,
Connick.
That's
no.
Ed
Look.
Connick.
Homie is the same eye as Jim Morrison. That's kind of cool. That's a good. That's good.
That's a good placement, but it doesn't make because these two guys are just over here.
Yeah,
And again, it's like, why is Jim so damn big? Why
because
is
he's
this is
the
like some John
handsome one.
Fogerty shit going on? I don't know. Let me look at this one again. I'm gonna
Now,
go with
Yeah,
this
Robbie
one
looks like he just joined a cult.
only
he
because
looks like he changed his name to Moonbeam.
the
My
Doors
name is
logo
Moonbeam.
here is shit compared to the Doors logo here.
There.
So,
100%.
but I'll go next. So I'm just gonna dump this one right here.
Oh.
This is just it's just a band photo, but one of the members is large. There'd be like Billy Corgan, and that would be James and Darcy and Jimmy. Like, fuck that. The other band members did a lot too. So
Honestly, can't argue with you, friend. It's a good argument.
all right, Tim, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is actually going to be the Soft Parade.
All right. Wow. Okay. Shocker.
Is it?
Well, because I mean, it's still a band photo, but they're so small.
Well, exactly. And so it's really like, what is this cover? It's a weird shade of blue. You need a magnifying glass to even know that's a band photo.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
what you got?
LA Woman. Because it's the same photo as the previous one, except it's not.
No.
It's not the same at all, I know. But
I said
Right?
comic.
No mutton chops.
it just looks terrible, man. Like, I'm not a country western fan, and I'm not a western film fan either. It just looks like a bad flyer for like the Fillmore in '64. You know what I mean? And this came out in what, 71? Yeah, 71. Yeah, they knew better. They should have known better by now. This is not great. And also, homie in the middle looks a bit like Eric Clapton. So
So we know where that stands.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guy.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no real personal feelings about Moose's artwork.
Why not? Why don't you just love the artwork and nothing but? Like the music doesn't matter. It's all about the album artwork.
Yeah. Are you saying
No,
you saying none of these artworks are good?
Dude, I like the music on all of these records more than I like the artwork. And I didn't
Yeah.
like a lot of these records.
Oh yeah, but you know, it's the '60s, '70s. That's what you got back then.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess my number 6 is gonna follow suit a little bit, and I'm gonna go Soft Parade because I mean, really, from a distance, it kind of looks like a yin yang sign if you like squint your eyes a lot, and that's kind of cool. But when you actually look at it, you're like, these guys went into the TV machine from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. They're just got shrank really small, and now they're going to be on TV, and they're very happy about it. The logo itself is the font is just boring as shit. It's just not good. It's not great. It's not great. I know. I'm putting something y'all guys ranked at number 9, way ahead of number 9, but I'm sorry. We'll get there.
I'm gonna follow suit with this. They're too damn small. There's too much dead space. They're sitting around a telescope, or
I don't even know. It's too small. I can't even
yeah,
tell.
it could be a camcorder. I mean, I get the Willy Wonka vibes there. I could see that. Logo's boring. Fuck this album cover.
No,
We're still not in the good shit yet.
I mean, if you're gonna do a vignette filter, at least do the whole fucking album cover, not just the logo. It's kind of silly.
All right, Tim, what you got?
Yeah, I think I gotta go with LA Woman here.
Thank you. I don't feel so bad about it now. Thank
you.
you.
I mean, Jim does look kind of troll-like, and I do like that it's Doors and not The Doors on this, which is interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and it almost looks like an old Polaroid or something, like from the '60s. But yeah, ultimately we're just a band photo, and we've done some funky color changing.
That's something that's been bothering me about that. I never figured it out, but the font that are using for the band name and title is the exact same print of font that you would get on iron-on T-shirts if you bought them from Walmart. The little kits.
Sure. Yeah.
Exact logo. That might be why too much.
Yeah. Bought this album cover out front by the little dinosaur merry-go-round that cost.
Yeah. And Jim does look like Jack Black had he not drank water while drinking one weekend, to be fair. Just very, very puffy.
Yeah, it's very Grizzly Adams-esque. It's my next pick too. It's just a band photo. I do like the colors. It's a better photo than the other ones. Better layout, design, but it's still not really that great.
So. It's not centered, dude. There's no center. There's no center there.
LA Woman's centered. The Doors is not though. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Ed would lose his goddamn mind about that.
Yeah. That doesn't bother me. That's fine. That part's fine. All right. Will, what's your number 5?
Wait. We're skipping Tim?
Are we going downwards?
I thought that's how we did it. Okay. We'll go backwards. That's fine.
Just go when you're calm.
There's no rhyme or reason.
This is a tough one. I'm going to have to go Morrison Motel Morrison Hotel, even. I just don't
Motel,
like the
hotel,
colors.
Holiday Inn.
It's even more yellow than it needs to be. And I'm also just pissed that a room in an establishment costs $2.50 at some point in time. That makes me angry at the past.
Do you know the history behind this photo?
I do.
No, I mean, I'm sure it's an actual place that existed, and they drove by it on tour and were like, "Hey, we should name that our next record."
They didn't have permission to take this photo. Like they had to wait till the clerk was gone. They like ran in there real quick and like snapped it.
Yeah, it's actually in L.A. So it wasn't on on the road. It's in their hometown, and they tried to get permission to take the photo, and they said no. So the camera is actually across the street, and they zoomed in while they're
Yeah,
just hanging out the window.
that makes me sad because the record label should have just been like, "Look, guys, I know you don't want us to take the picture, but here's what, like $1,000 back then. That would have been a lot of money. They would have
I
been
mean,
like,
a
all right,
room's
cool,
only two
Yeah, that'd have been
fifty.
a lot of rooms right there. Probably could have
yeah."
bought the
Here's
hotel for that.
$10. Shit.
I do love the fact that it's passenger loading only. I do
Mhm.
love that, but that's a nice touch. But otherwise, you know, looks like a shitty diner and not well lit on that point.
All right, Tim, what you got?
Well, speaking of band photos that don't have a fun, awesome story behind them, I got to go with Waiting for the Sun. I do like that the sun, sunlight is kind of coming up behind them, and those chaps look like they're having a good time.
He doesn't. He
None
looks
of them
pissed.
are happy. They
But
all look.
literally, it's just four dudes in a field.
They really look like they were like, the label wants us to be here at like 4:30.
Yeah, and at least three of them hadn't slept in 4 days.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
band photo.
My next one is going to be Morrison Hotel as well. I like this one. It's good. I like the history behind it. Their name is kind of meh, it's a little small, but it fits the theme. We're getting into some good, decent album art now. Decent. I like it. What you got, Will?
Oh shit. Um, I'm just gonna have to go with Waiting for the Sun. Honestly, yeah. I mean, they look tired. They look like they don't want to be there.
Sleepy
Um,
boy.
they
He kind of looks like
definitely
Pauly
don't.
Shore too.
I mean, the
So
logo's dope. Logo's wonderful, but they don't look like they've wanted to be waiting for the sun. They look like they were asked to be waiting for the sun, and they look very pissed off about it. And this record doesn't really fit that vibe at all, man, because this record's dope, and they look kind of just pissy. I mean, also, who the fuck is gonna dress like that at the goddamn beach? What the fuck are they thinking, man? They're gonna sweat to death.
Well, it's LA in the '60s.
Yeah, I guess my
People were
opinion.
doing a lot of strange things at the beach.
Yeah, it's a lot hotter here than I guess it is in Los Angeles most days, so that's fair. What you got, Tim?
what you got, Tim?
I'm gonna go with Morrison Hotel. Still dealing with a band photo. Um, I feel like this one's more iconic than Edconic.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's centered.
Um,
Everything's centered except for the sign at
well,
the bottom.
sure. But even then, no, I do love the story behind how this photo was taken, and it just works. And I think it's kind of funny that they all kind of almost look like wax models. Like they don't even look real, but I guess that's, the glass or whatever. Um, yeah, I think if you're going to take a band photo, find a fun location and make it work. And they did that with that.
All right. Well, what's your number three? Let's see, you're out of band photos, aren't you? No.
No, there's only 2 that aren't, so
Yeah.
he's still got one more.
Oh, is it me? Okay, I thought you said well, not will. Shit, man.
Well, Will.
Strange Days. Strange Days.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
It's
Okay.
a top 3. Y'all are acting like that's the thing. It's so hard for me to be like completely positive the entire time because I feel like the longer we go, the more negative we become. Like this is a positive, man. It's number 3, dude. It's awesome, man.
Well,
You
no,
got
I'm always looking at like what you haven't
like
picked yet.
Amazon Pro Wrestler in a mini skirt. You got a mime tossing somebody in the air. I don't know what the fuck is happening here, but I like it. I just don't think it really represents the brand at all. It doesn't fit with that, and that's the only negative. That's why it's number 3, not number 2 or number 1. That's why it's beautiful. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, I'm usually looking at like what you haven't picked yet, so that's why I'm
Oh
like,
no, we'll get there.
wow.
We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there.
Okay, all right.
I've got a very good reason for it, and it might be ludicrous and a joke, but I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
Fair
I know
enough.
what you're talking about, guys. I know where we're going.
Tim, what's your number 3?
Well, my number 3 is the Edconic and Iconic self-titled album.
Gotcha, man.
I
Yeah,
already had the
it
cursor
is a
over it when
band
you said
photo.
Edconic.
I mean, but it's also iconic. I mean, how many bands have copied that? Including the Stooges,
Yep.
Danzig 2. It's a complete ripoff of it. Like, there's a whole bunch of albums that they try to do that, and yeah, like best logo.
Yeah.
I do agree that's their best logo.
It is the best logo.
Why
It looks
my
like,
number 3 is Waiting for the Sun.
yeah, we're all in agreement on the middle.
Sure, they look like they pissed off because they haven't slept or blah blah blah, but it has the logo.
Mm-hmm.
The color saturation is just so good. Fits the theme of the name of the album. Waiting for the sun. Sun's coming up. Maybe it's going down. We don't know. It could be,
That's
could be
definitely
a
the sun.
sunset.
That's
It
the
is
sun.
the West Coast.
You
You
can see
know.
it.
So it's just a. As far as band photos go, this one doesn't bother me. Like this is pretty good.
And also, Jim's looking like a very young Danzig, which is not a problem,
Which they ripped off that the first album cover,
When Danzig loves Jim Morrison, we all know this. It's just a fact of life.
who doesn't,
Alright.
other than you?
Huh?
Who doesn't, other than you?
Oh, I know. I like Danzig, just not his music.
That's not what I was talking about. It's all good.
I'm still trying to figure out my 2 and 1, so somebody else has to go.
Well, I'm going to follow suit and go self-title at number 2, so I'll go ahead since we're just
Wow, he's doing it. He's going for it.
Yeah, he's doing it. He better have this might be another slap in the art video.
Dude, no. You give me all the slaps for it because I don't mean it. I'm just doing it out of principle. This one's awesome though, man. I like this one, man. Like you said, it's been copied by so many other artists. It is iconic, not Edconic. It's just genuinely.
Oh, it's both.
Well, yeah, okay, right. It's iconic.
It's
and
so Edconic it becomes iconic.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Ed about it because I really don't know. He's very surprising. He might decide this is not his favorite. We never know. He might go, yeah, it's too dark. I can't see everybody's whole face. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you: Is the Doors? Would you consider them emo?
No, not at all. No. Oh, shit. You were. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oops.
I get defensive. I can't help it. Yeah, it's great. I like it. I like the color scheme. I like the grading. I like the silhouettes. I even like the I like it. I don't know. I was gonna try to think of something better, but it didn't work. So I like it.
All right.
Tim? You need Tim to go next?
I mean, why aren't we including weird scenes behind the gold mine?
Cause
Because
I don't
This
no, we
know.
is
were
some
supposed
awesome artwork. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
My
I mean,
number
look,
two.
my vinyl has some awesome artwork on it too, right? You know. Oh, hey, look,
Yeah,
there's the rest of the band shoved on the back.
there you go. There you go.
What's your number two?
Got some leather pants for you.
That's my
Um,
number two.
my number two is gonna be Strange Days because
Yeah.
clearly Will is backwards in his thinking. Um,
it's a good album cover. It's good. It's in top 3. What the fuck?
well, that's not what I'm talking about yet again. Let's go back to the big board here, if we can.
Okay.
So, what's my last place and your last place, Jason?
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Okay,
What's my last place? What's my last place?
Your last
right.
place is the one that
You got it backwards, my friend.
No, I
I'm
do.
gonna. I'll just. Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right. This. Do you know the history behind this one? Like some of these people. Like one of them's the taxi driver that just showed up. Like people didn't show up and they just had like a bunch of people show up.
The
Randoms.
the little person dressed as God Sinatra is dope. I like that.
Yeah, you got the bodybuilder. You got like dude flying in the background. You got the mime juggling a random trumpet.
People are strange, my friends.
People are
People are strange.
strange. Like
You're a stranger.
the bodybuilder's wearing a skirt. That's pretty good art. That's pretty.
Yeah,
That's
it's good.
pretty.
It's pretty good art.
That's
Really good art.
iconic. I would say that's iconic.
That is definitely iconic. It's so iconic they didn't need to put the band's name on the cover.
Yep.
I mean, it's
And it's
there.
their second album.
It is there.
Well,
It's
it
off-
is there. Yeah, it is there.
Oh well, yeah.
But it's like
Yeah, it's like
ingrained
on a
into
flyer
the,
or whatever.
which is even cooler. That's even cooler.
Yeah, yeah. It's very Monty Python, and I do appreciate that. Very
Yeah, I'm just saying Will is backwards.
I think.
No, look, man. I'm just proving a point here, man. All right, I'm just proving a point.
And what would that point be?
The man looks like Jesus, our Lord and Savior, Christ. And that's his full name. That's his full name, man.
Music by the Doors.
He's too
Tim,
white to be Jesus.
That is part of the joke. And thank you for pointing that out. I don't think he looks like Jesus. I'm just disappointed that you guys put this underneath an album cover without his face. Like, bro, what the hell? That is a handsome ass man. He looks like Handman Page from AEW, but a brunette, not a
I
blonde.
mean, he's no Val Kilmer, but
Honestly, Val Kilmer is a better looking guy. Don't get me wrong, but it's bullshit, and so is art. So I'm putting it number 1.
All right, you heard it here
that
first.
line for the show.
It is actually, especially since you guys are picking this piece of shit for number 1.
No,
I mean, have you
no.
looked at this thing?
Look at this fucking album
There's
cover,
a
dude.
Sphinx.
I like Salvador Dali. Dali would take a shit on this too. All right.
You got a baby come through a ring of fire and he just fucking evolves into a man. You got a
And yet
fucking
there's also
tiger.
a trapeze artist playing with that ring of fire. Because he's broken on through to the other side
Yeah.
and come full circle.
Full
And
circle.
now he's just a tiger laying on the beach.
Look at
Look,
that
man,
tiger, man.
Look, I love Tool. If Tool put this album out with that art cover, I would be pissed at Tool too. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
I'll keep that comment to myself.
you should, because Alex was amazing.
Oh, they're on the schedule. Can't wait to do their album art. Oh, this is just like a fucking rib cage. You can't tell me Undertow is a better album cover than this.
Yes, I
Oh,
can.
man, this is fucking.
It's simplistic and stylistic. This is overly complicated, and trying to put too much semaphore and meaning to just nonsense. Dude.
Look, man,
Why is the tiger there? Why is the fucking tiger there?
Career. Why stop at the last album?
Because Jim died, and Jim would have been like, "This sucks."
Yeah, he would have been like, "Let's just take a band photo.
Just take a band picture and put me in the front.
Just put a picture of me on there. That'll sell."
Tim,
kind of like this.
You were right. You were right. Tim, you were right. Jim would have been like, "It would look better if my face was on it."
And that's what they did here. That's what they did here.
Hold on, let me
That's
get my
why he's my number one.
I can't believe the one person who hated Jim Morrison the most when we started this week is the one defending him being on the cover.
Professional jealousy is a real thing, man. You know?
He's got the poster. It's not even on a wall. It's on the ceiling right above his bed.
I guarantee you, if I had a Doors poster, I would be just waving it in the camera while I spoke. So you wouldn't.
I'm telling you, man, this album, underrated musically, underrated artistically. The Brea spoke.
And now we've come full circle.
Dude, I'm just like literally, like I know Deadheads, and I'd be like, I have a feeling if I played any of Full Circle or other voices for them, they'd be like, yeah, that's okay.
Well, then you got to play him the Mosquito. They'd be like, what is
why would you be taking the musical opinions of Deadheads anyway? Like,
because they like garbage like that. That's why I would take their opinion for it, because they enjoy it. I don't, obviously. But art-wise, I will say the artwork for Full Circle is better than the album itself. So kudos to you guys. Beautiful.
all right.
All hail Jim Morrison.
Hashtag all hail Jim Morrison.
He is the Lizard King. He can do anything.
Yeah, even have the number one album cover. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna shut up. All right. I gotta go to sleep. This is late for me.
I know it's too hot for this hat.
Yeah, I know. This has been our ranking of the Doors artwork. Be sure you subscribe so you can actually listen to us talk about the album, the music, some hot takes there. We get our top songs, blah blah blah. We'll be covering some other bands, blah blah blah. Be safe and make good decisions.
Or don't.